Good day, everyone. This is Group 7 and my name is Anastasia Morgan. Today, our group will be critically analyzing the Cybersecurity Amendment Bill 2025 and its implications for democratic governance and media systems in Ghana. As Ghana's digital space continues to expand, issues of cybercrime, online safety, and data protection have become increasingly important. The Amendment Bill seeks to address these concerns by strengthening child protection online, expanding the powers of state institutions, increasing surveillance capabilities, and introducing new financial and operational obligations for media and service providers. However, while the bill aims to enhance cybersecurity, it also raises important questions about freedom of expression, privacy, accountability, and media sustainability. Our analysis will focus on the 5 key areas outlined in the first brief.
My name is Beatrice Pama Asare, and I'll be taking the data and child rights. So, one of the most positive aspects of the Cybersecurity Amendment Bill is its strong emphasis on protecting children and vulnerable groups online. The bill introduces provisions targeting cyberbullying, online stalking, exploitation, and harmful digital content, which are real and growing threats in Ghana's digital environment or Ghana's digital spaces. These measures can create safer online spaces for children, particularly on social media and digital platforms. However, there is a delicate balance between protection and freedom of expression. Broad or vaguely defined offenses may unintentionally restrict access to information or suppresses freedom of speech, especially among young people who use digital platforms for learning, activism, or uses it for their self-expression. Therefore, while the clauses offer clear benefits, it can also carry risk if not clearly defined, carefully enforced. Without safeguards, such provisions could be misused to limit online participation rather than protect vulnerable users. Thank you.
I'm Gladys Kwesi, and I'll be taking the second point, which is extended powers of state institutions. The bill significantly expands the Cybersecurity Authority's powers, including authority over investigation, crime, arrest, prosecution, and asset freezing related to cyber offenses. While this strengthens Ghana's ability to combat cybercrime efficiently, it also raises concerns of abuse of power and weak oversight. Without strong accountability mechanisms, there's a risk of selective enforcement, particularly against journalists, activists, or media organizations, undermining the principles of checks and balances, which is essential to democratic governance. Thank you.
Threats to freedom of speech. Another major concern raised by the Amendment Bill is its potential impact on freedom of expression online. Certain sections of the bill may indirectly or directly limit speech through vague definitions of harmful content, misinformation, or cyber offenses. While regulation is necessary to maintain order online, overly broad provisions can become tools for censorship. For media practitioners and content creators, the fear of sanctions, arrests, or shutdowns may lead to self-censorship, where journalists avoid certain sensitive topics to protect themselves. The key question, therefore, is whether these restrictions are necessary safeguards for cybersecurity or whether they pose a threat to Ghana's constitutional commitment to free speech and a free press.
Hi, I'm Kirsty Dodu, and I'll be talking about financial and operational burden of the new cybersecurity bill on media and service providers. The media and the cybersecurity bill imposes some additional costs on the media and service provider, such as licensing costs and registration requirements necessary for them to operate. This happens, large medias may be able to absorb those costs since it may not be a huge sum of money for them, and they will pay and continue to operate. Smaller media houses, however, may not be able to do this since they may not have the necessary funds needed to pay and be able to operate or function properly, which could lead to the closure of their businesses or their corporations. It would result in reduction of media diversities, where only well-funded organizations can operate within a country. It will also weaken smaller players who are very essential for for community representation and accountability in journalism. So in conclusion, the bill's financial and operational requirements may unintentionally harm smaller media organizations and service providers, which can affect media diversity and the representation of community voices in a country. Thank you.
Surveillance and privacy concerns. Continuing from the previous point, another key concern in the Cybersecurity Amendment Bill is surveillance and privacy. The bill allows authorities to monitor calls, messages, and online activities to fight cybercrime. While this can improve security, it also threatens people's right of privacy if not well controlled. For journalists, surveillance can expose sources and lead to self-censorship. For being ordinary citizen, it creates fear for being watched online. Therefore, surveillance must be limited and properly supervised to protect privacy, media freedom, and democracy.
Benson, and I'll be talking about the conclusion part of the 2025 Cybersecurity Amendment Bill, which represents the importance to attempt to strengthen the digital framework of Ghana. It focuses on the child protection, cybersecurity prevention, and the institution capacity is commendable. However, our research shows the risk of freedom of speech, media independence, privacy, and democratic accountability. To ensure a balanced outcome, the bill must be implemented with clear definition, strong mechanism, and respect for constitutional rights. Only then Ghana can achieve cybersecurity resilience without compromising its democratic values and media freedom. Thank you.